right now I work in a group of 5 people. We work quite closely with the minister when she develops her new white paper on research. So that is how I come into it. And I thought I would like to make 3 points. The first is about quality and relevance. And the second is about a shift in the debate in Norway. And I thought that the third, I would comment upon the publication credit system we have established in Norway, and the work and discussion about the dissemination indicator kind of thing. So, when it comes to quality and relevance, in the ministry, I have never heard anybody question neither the quality nor the relevance of research in the humanities. We question the quality of teacher education, we question the quality of a lot of other disciplines and subjects, but that is kind of, the quality of the research in the humanities in Norway is high. Everybody knows that, everybody agrees upon that. And the relevance, we need them. So that was the background for this tennis game that Magnus talked about yesterday, because when that is the impression, that is what people tell each other, then you tend to get genuinely puzzled when people say, oh, nobody understands us, nobody values what we do, oh, you don't understand the subtle qualities of what we do, give us more money. And they say, wow, we never say that. Why do they say this? Why do they act like that? Why do they insist on their own uselessness? We think they're useful. We want to support them. We have invested 10% of our public spending the last 20 years. Nobody has intentions about cutting that. So why do they respond like that? We don't understand that. And that was when Magnus's, the quotes from the minister, she said, in effect, please, you can do better than that. I mean, this is scaremongering. If you want an increase in the budget, you need to argue. I mean, I meet people all the time who argue their usefulness. They argue that, see what I can do, see what I can give to society. And if you insist on saying like, oh, please, I'm not useful for anything. I mean, I'm exaggerating here, but I mean, that was not what she put in print, but that was kind of what the discussions was like. And I would say that that tennis match has resulted in quite a shift in the debate. Because when we receive, you know, when you make a white paper, you get a lot of input from all over. And the input from the national, whatever it's called, Council of the Humanities, it was completely different. It was perceived in the ministry to be very constructive, very positive, very like, we want to engage with you, we want to, please put demands to us, the humanities, we can help you. I mean, they had changed their tone. And a couple of weeks ago, there was a delegation from the University of Oslo, that's our largest university, with the rector and the vice rector and the dean for the Faculty of the Humanities, and they asked for a meeting with the minister. And what happened there is that it's like what, where did she disappear? No, you? Yeah. Yes, what you said. Sorry. What is truly the problem is that the humanities is so diverse. So you need to split this up into the specific challenges to, for instance, languages in Norway like French and German. Something is happening there, people don't want to study it anymore. That is one set of problems. And then you have kind of linguistics or you know, in the runes and these kind of small, we need them for research, but they can never be large in a student productive way. And you get a much more constructive debate about, okay, how can we need to solve this in one way or the other. So that was my second point. There has been a shift in the debate. So something happened through that tennis match is my perception. And the third point I want to make was this publication credit system. It was established. Was it for how long has it been?
6 or 7 years.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was the scholars in the humanities were very skeptical because they said that this won't cover our way of doing things, and so much like you said earlier. And some weeks ago, we had a meeting with the Norwegian Academy of Science and Letters, and I can assure you they are very conservative. And they have been critical, and they still are in many ways because it's not a perfect system. But I noticed that the one person on the board that stood up to say, actually, we're very pleased with the system, that she was from the humanities. She said that this has given us a new visibility. This has given us something to show for ourselves. We can now, as opposed to before, we can go and say, excuse me, all of our publications are on level 2. Yours are just on level 1. We have an upward, I mean, it has been really useful for us. That was the one from the humanities on the board. She was the one to say that. So I think that has turned out to be rather a positive thing. You tried to say something of the same, Magnus, yesterday, that now that it has been operating for 6 years, it's a rather positive thing for people in humanities. And a lot of work has gone into this dissemination indicator discussion in Norway. 2 rounds, people have tried to find a system for valuing and that's not been successful. So we think that when we monitor what people do through that current research information system in Norway. So we get there is no problem with people not disseminating, not writing textbook. They do it sufficiently. So it seems to us that there is no problem here. If there is a problem, if we should incentivize something more, it should perhaps be that we want them to publish more with international publishers. That's what they don't do if we are to look at the numbers and say what they don't do. So it seems to be no problem. They go out and they tell people what they do, and they discuss and debate in lots of these cafes that you referred to yesterday. And so I don't think that we want to go down that road again, because it seems to generate just lots and lots and lots of bureaucracy and red tape, and so no. I don't think that we will go further down that road. Thank you.